They're not doing anything wrong. They're just working their butts off so you can have meat at your table. What do you think about that? What do you choose? Are sweating in there? You guys aren't even paying them enough. And then you take them over and you guys are mean. We need rights. We need rights. We need rights.
We have rights here. In the United States of America, we have rights.
We have a nation of men. And you're going to understand the colors next. Because you're scared of us people of color. Because we're going to be the majority pretty soon. That is why we're doing all this.
Mira, gente, escuchen. Escuchen.
Hey! Doing the right thing. If they're here illegally, then they're criminals, aren't they? If you break the law, you're a criminal, right? Send them home.
El día 12 de diciembre, pues yo me levanté como todos los días. Me dijo mi esposa, no vayas hoy a trabajar. Dijo, vamos a la iglesia, a visitar la iglesia, a la Virgencita de Guadalupe. Todo le dijo, pues no puedo faltar porque puede hacer que me corran.
December 12th, of course, is the Feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe. We had been preparing for this celebration for a long, long time. That year, we decided to do it on the actual feast day on the 12th.
Eran las 8 de la mañana cuando subiera el mayordomo y nos dijo a toda la gente, vamos a tener una junta todos en personal en la cafetería de la planta. Y vamos bajando la escalera cuando miramos todos ya los oficiales de migración ahí en la escalera donde ya no se podía escapar nadie.
And everybody was just walking down the cafeteria and everybody just got locked there and cried, and some people tried to escape, so they got tied with chains and their hands tied back and their feet, they were dragging them out.
Ya cuando estuvimos ahí todos juntos, abajo todos los compañeros de trabajo, empezó un oficial de migración a decirnos, dijo, esta va a ser su Navidad para todos. Dijo, van a tener su regalo en Navidad.
We actually got the first phone call from the Midwest, from Marshalltown, Iowa. And then right here in Greeley, people started to both come into work and say something's happening, and we started getting the phone calls. Then Worthington, Minnesota, then Grand Island, Nebraska, then Cactus, Texas, then Hiram, Utah. And you knew, okay, it was happening all at once. It was like watching a tidal wave and saying, okay, what do we do now? The SWIFT raids of 2006 were the largest ICE raids in U.S. history. There had never been a simultaneous raid on an employer in ICE's history, and it made headlines.
I think it's mislabeling. I think it's unfair to call something a raid. It sounds like a group of pirates that are out on the open seas and you know, boarding a ship illegally or something. Federal government engaged in an enforcement action at the SWIFT plant.
I know for a fact that the illegals are taking the jobs of a lot of the companies that are here and a lot of people that are here. A lot of roofers have gone out of business, a lot of people that are tree cutters, a lot of SWIFT people that, well, the people that work in factories, their jobs were taken away.
What about the guy that lost his $18.10 an hour job, who was a Coloradan, who was an American? Well, he now goes into the poorer job, he becomes the poor class, and the rich guy that hired all the illegal aliens becomes part of the rich class, and now you don't have America with a middle class anymore. Then you have the inequity and the loss of the American dream. And do we want to lose the American dream? Because there is no Mexico dream.
You know, work in our facilities, people can make $25,000, $30,000 a year. You know, what a school teacher makes. I mean, it's hard work. And if you have two people in the same household working, that's $50,000, $60,000. And they have the American dream.
To them, they're looking for this American dream, but how are, you know, we don't,
We in America don't even have our dreams anymore.
Butchering cattle and pigs used to be an honored profession, and the mechanization and putting these big slaughter processes together took it away from the family butcher or the hometown butcher to, you know, 200-300 an hour. And you can only do very little automations there. It's done manually.
And the question is, can we function without low-skilled immigration? That's where people often come to, well, you know, what are we going to do? Who's going to clean my pool? Who's going to shine my shoes and vacuum my rugs? Well, my first argument is vacuum your own stinking rugs. But you know, if you can afford help, if you can afford servants, well, whatever, more power to you. What immigration's doing, though, is subsidizing your desire to hire somebody to mow your lawn. And it distorts the labor market.
We don't need low-cost labor to have us compete. We can do it in many cases through technology.
The people that are affected the most in terms of wages by immigration tend to be those that are competing directly with the immigrants. So it tends to be low-skilled U.S. workers, mostly workers without a high school degree, which again, that percentage of our workforce has been declining over the years.
You go look at our applicant flow. Our ads are not being answered by local, you know, kids and people from the farming community. There's no jobs being taken from the community.
The law right now requires you to advertise those jobs. So if you want that job, for heaven's sakes, go and apply for it and get that job. If the job is something that you do not wish to do, and so the job is untaken, then surely we should be able to fill it with a foreign worker.
America has one of the lowest unemployment rates in the industrialized world, and yet, wait a minute, we're the country that takes the most immigrants, so how can that be? Well, I think part of it is that immigrants create jobs because they fill niches in the economy, they do all sorts of work at the low end of the scale, things like gardening and working at car washes and restaurants and nursing homes, doing a lot of the grunt work that it's hard to get Americans to do.
I was told by our union rep in the Greeley plant that federal officers were there with guns and they were there with SWAT jackets, and that they had shut down the entire plant and they were holding all the workers captive in the cafeteria.
Ya empezaron a decir ellos, los que sean residentes de aquí de Estados Unidos, hagan una línea, pónganse para tal lado, los residentes a otro lado.
Pues, para mí, yo me fui con los ciudadanos. Yo sé un poco de inglés, me fui para allá por donde estaban los ciudadanos. Pero, pues, él sí corrió con suerte. A mí lo que me hizo falta fue el inglés. Porque tal vez yo también podía hacer lo mismo, pero yo no sabía inglés. Me tocó pasar con el emigrante. Me preguntó, what's your name? Y ya le dije, mi nombre es Fernando González. Me dijo, when you burn. Ya le di la fecha de nacimiento, cuando yo había nacido. Where you are from? Le dije, de Texas, de donde supuestamente soy. Y luego me dijo, ¿y tu ID? Dijo, you have an ID with you? Le dije, no, I don't have my wallet with me. Le dije, it's in my locker. If you give me a chance to go to the locker, I can go get my wallet. He said, no, you cannot go in there. Ya después me dijo, pásale. Dijo, you can go.
Me and my friend, we didn't have our papers. We didn't even have our license or nothing with us. We were just standing right there where all the residents were. And I started talking to one of the guys, and I told him, you know, I have no family here, and I don't have nobody that has my key to my house, I said. And I said, I don't even have friends. I said, my friend is here with me. I said, so how are you gonna get my residency card, my green card? He goes, where are you from? Where did you grow up? And I told him I grew up in Wyoming. He goes, you two are free to go. He let us go.